Stop turned shootout. A Tulare K-9 officer was killed, his officer injured. Details on this investigation next. Plus, a massive winter storm in the south causes hundreds of car crashes and leaves hundreds of thousands without power. Good morning. Welcome to KC24 Midday. I'm Bailey Miller. Thanks for joining us. Breaking news. The U.S. Attorney is having a press conference right now on a gang enforcement operation. We're told 103 people have been arrested in a gang sweep in Fresno County. And we will be back with that when that press conference is up. And in the South Valley, Tulare County deputies are investigating a shooting that injured a police officer and killed his K-9. It happened on Avenue 232 and Road 68. The officer and his K-9 were shot multiple times. Investigators tell us the officers tried to pull over a car last night. They say the driver instead tried to get away and they ended up in a shootout. Police say there were 3 people in the car. 2 were shot, 1 died. The other was listed in grave condition. A third suspect was taken to the hospital just to be checked out. The officer was shot in the hand and his body. He is expected to survive.
He'd just been assigned to K-9 and had just completed his 5-week training with his partner, and this was one of their first weekends working together.
The department is not releasing the officer's name at this time, but told us he's been with the department around 6 to 8 years. A Farmersville man is in custody after police say he brutally beat his roommate to death. Officers arrested 25-year-old Alexander Shin yesterday. He's accused of killing his roommate and dumping his body in an orchard. Farmersville police say Brian Alexander Garza was asleep Saturday morning when Shin struck him with a metal bar and strangled him. Garza's sister spoke to us by phone. She tells us Garza would have become a father next month. She says her brother was an Army veteran who put his family over everything.
Everybody wants justice for him just the same, and they all know that he didn't deserve this.
Andrea Garza tells us her brother never mentioned Alexander Shin. Fresno police are hoping surveillance video can help them find the men who robbed a party rental store. It happened yesterday morning on Kings Canyon near Chestnut in southeast Fresno. Investigators say 2 men walked into the store pointing guns at 3 employees and demanding money, but there wasn't any for them to steal.
The suspects were not able to get any money from the store, so then they reverted to taking personal belongings from the employees of the store.
No one was hurt. Police have been interviewing witnesses. If you know anything, call Fresno Police. Fresno police are looking for the man who stabbed another over a parking spot at a bar near Fresno State. Police say 2 men got into an argument, then a fistfight outside of Las Micheladas. One stabbed the other repeatedly. The victim is in stable condition. There's no description of the suspect. A man is in the hospital this morning after investigators say he was intentionally hit by a minivan. Fresno police were called to Tillman and Eden yesterday afternoon. They found the man injured at the scene. They say witnesses told them the man got into an argument with the driver of the minivan who ran him over.
And it appears at this point intentionally crashed into the fence of that front yard and did strike the male in his 50s intentionally.
It's unclear what the dispute was about. No arrests have been made. It continues to be a rough go for millions across the southeast. A massive winter storm is dumping more than a foot of snow and ice across an area not used to extreme conditions. NBC's Jay Gray has a closer look.
Battered and in some cases buried by snow and ice. Right now, millions across the southeast are dealing with the effects of a monster winter storm.
This storm dropped staggering amounts of snow, ice, and rain across our state. A year's worth of snowfall or more fell in some places in little more than a day.
Everything has really come to a standstill.
From Texas through Virginia, communities have been shut down by the severe, at times, whiteout conditions.
You know, around here we get some snow every year, but this is a big one. This is a really big one in anybody's mind.
And a bad one. Trees and power lines snapping under the weight of the snow and ice. Hundreds of thousands are without electricity. And it's also a tough go for those trying to get around.
I stopped at the intersection for the light, which you got to, and I got stuck immediately.
Drivers stuck or stranded across the region, so are those trying to take a plane. More than 10,000 flights have been canceled or delayed by the storm. That continues to be a mean one.
It's going to be hard for anybody to get in and out.
Unless, of course, You have skis or a sled. Jay Gray, NBC News, Charlotte.
Crowds gathered at Kings Canyon National Park over the weekend for the 93rd annual Trek to the Nation's Christmas Tree. The General Grant tree at Grant Grove is considered a national shrine. The Interior Department officially dedicated it as the nation's Christmas tree back in 1926. The tree is estimated to be between 2,000 and 4,000 years old. And coming up on KC24 Midday, it's that time of year where so many are putting up their Christmas tree, but it may come with some health consequences. We hear from the doctors after the break. Plus, saying thank you with a tree, a group gives Christmas trees to local soldiers and their families. How you can help in their mission coming up.
And I do have your 4-day allergy forecast.